Okay, this is my hat. It says 88. And if you turn it sideways, it's infinite infinity. Two infinity symbols. Okay, so I'm trying to clarify for people who are highly brainwashed by religion, religious doctrines, and dogmas. And it's not easy. It's not easy because people don't want to learn. They want to do the same thing that people have done for 2,000 years since Jesus. And it's quite a hurdle. It's quite a hurdle. So there's an old Islamic proverb that says a man with only one book is an idiot. And that's what I have to face. Some people who are religious fundamentalists and say there is only one book, it is the Christian Bible, and that is it. Jesus didn't write the Bible. It was written quite a long time after Jesus. So it's not, it's basically people who took a lot of stories, Jesus stories, and wrote them down many years after Jesus ascended. So, and then what do we have? Well, we had the Council of Nicaea, which decided which books were going to be in the Bible and which ones weren't. We had the decision to include the Jewish Old Testament. We had 2,000 years of unreliability as to, who was in there, changing words here and there. We're told Jesus spoke Aramaic. So were these stories about Jesus translated from Aramaic to maybe Hebrew or maybe then to Greek? Which way did it go? Greek, and then to Latin, and then to English. So do we really get the full idea of what these Jesus sayings are? Because we don't have Jesus here to ask in English. What does this mean that apparently was attributed to you? What does it mean in today's modern English? And I know a lot of religious fundamentalists are going to say, you, in other words, me, you're a heretic and you're blaspheming. Sure. Sure. I accept it. I accept it. But, I grew up in the church and I had a lot of questions. And even today, I have a lot of questions that the church can't answer. So, instead of just stewing and saying, well, the preacher told me this, I'm more like Harry Truman. Harry was from the show me state. That's basically the way I look at it. The proof is in the pudding. And so what do? I go searching through a lot of other teachings, wisdom teachings on the planet, because there's not just one. You're fooling yourself. You think that only Christianity is going to give you a spiritual background. It's just not true. We live in a huge planet with multiple spiritual traditions. And, if you're like the Catholic Church in the olden days, you had the Spanish Inquisition, where the church tortured people to death, burned people at the stake. You show me where Jesus said, burn people at the stake. And the Roman Catholic Church, abuse of children. I mean, we have real modern day stuff that comes with churches that is satanic. So, I'm not going to go to these established churches and bow down and say, I'm just going to accept whatever you say. And maybe you won't accept that. And I understand that because I know that fundamentalists are fundamentalists. I mean, if you're a fundamentalist Christian, you might look at a fundamentalist Muslim, and both of you are going to look at the other in the eye and say, you're not of my religion, and what you're teaching is untrue. Or maybe you're going to get into a violent rage and you're going to redo the Crusades. So let me give you some examples of other spiritual traditions. Okay, from Hawaii, I have Abraham Kauai. He is a Hawaiian kahuna. From South America, I have South American shamans. From the Amazon, from India, I have one of the yogis, Paramahansa Yogananda. Also from India, someone who is a devotee of Divine Mother. From Tibet, I have a Lama. I'm sorry for the reflections on this book. And from science, this is a journalist, Tornora Tranders, who talks about a scientist named Benjamin Libet from America. And I have plenty of other books. So, where do you want to go with all this information? I'm going to take you to Dr. David R. Hawkins, another American. He was a psychiatrist and a spiritual teacher. And he has a series of books that talk about consciousness. Where does Dr. Hawkins put Jesus the Christ? He says Jesus the Christ has the highest consciousness calibration of anyone on the planet. But he also gives the names of other humans who have an equal vibration to Jesus. Which says that there's not just one person who is God incarnate, there are multiples. And Dr. Hawkins did years of research into learning, what makes a man able to reach the highest levels of consciousness while still in a human body. And he teaches a path for students to raise their consciousness. Now, you might say, well, that's fine and dandy, but I'm sticking with my church. But all these other books I've shown you, and there's plenty of other spiritual traditions on the planet that I haven't flashed at you, they are going to say the same thing if they're going to stick to their fundamentalist ways. And maybe you say, well, who cares? Everyone can do their own thing. So in the end, I'm just going to leave it with you. I'm not here to change your mind. I'm only here to share. And if you don't want what I'm sharing, fine. Because spirituality is not about forcing beliefs on other people. And it's not even about changing your mind. It's about following your path. My path is to raise my vibration. And how do I do that? Primarily through meditation, which is pretty much a Jesus teaching. He said, go in your closet and pray. And, and my interpretation of that, it means go within your body and meditate. That's what prayer is to me, to go silent and be with my spirit inside this vessel. Maybe somebody else has got a different interpretation of that, why Jesus would say, go in your closet. Maybe it was to get away from the madding crowd of people around, so you could, do your quiet prayer in words. I can't really go on any further about Dr. Hawkins because he has a vast amount of information. Vast amount. And if you're interested in Dr. Hawkins, just to hear a little bit of what he's got to say, there are recorded clips of him on YouTube. Dr. Hawkins has passed away, so Unfortunately, you can't ask him a direct question, but there are plenty of spiritual seekers who, over the years, asked Dr. Hawkins many questions, and they are available on YouTube. And plus, his books. He has quite a few books. They're very good, and he explains all kinds of things in there. So I'm going to share that with you and leave it with you, because I'm not going to force any of this stuff on you, as I've already said. Good luck, and may infinite infinity help you find your way. Please subscribe and share this if this one resonates with you.